Hi, I watched Bad Buddy and here's my review. Pat and Pran have been neighbors since they were literal babies, but never really got along at all because both their family can't stand each other and really have this kind of rivalry going on between them. Because of that, they grew up in this kind of environment with their both parents telling them that they can't be friends with one another. However, at some point, they both realized that maybe each other are not as bad as their parents tell them, and as they grow tired of hating each other, they actually start to develop something. So, Bad Buddy. This drama was my most awaited drama for 2021, but I only got to watch it now that it's done airing, but it was my most awaited ever since GMMTV had done their live about every project they were going to release in 2021. I couldn't wait to see again in a drama as well as Nanon. A drama I expected a lot, and I'm glad it didn't disappoint me at all. The actors all did a very good job. Even the side characters you actually don't even see that much, kind of all acted pretty well. There was nothing really out of the place, except maybe this one guy we see at some point. Maybe this one guy. But otherwise, everything was pretty much on point, and yeah, big up to both and Nanon, who did a really, I want to emphasize it, a really excellent job in this drama. I'm not surprised at the same time, because I've seen in the drama He's Coming to Me, which is a BL. Completely recommend it if you haven't seen it. And Nanon, I actually only saw him in The Gifted, which is not a romance, so not a BL. Incredible drama anyway, so yeah, I recommend this to you as well. So I saw both these actors in these projects that I really liked before. So seeing them together when the news came out, I was wow. And the concepts of the drama, everything together. I was so excited. Now that I finished it, it's a bit sad because I have nothing much to wait for. I watched this year's live for what's going to come out from GMMTV this year, and unfortunately, nothing really struck me out, really. Nothing took my attention, unfortunately. Lots of fighting and gang things, but it's not really my thing. Even in this drama, sometimes I had a bit of a problem with it, like how they were always so hot-headed and always in for a fight and everything. It's really not my type of thing. I don't really like it. But anyway, getting back to this drama, hopefully this drama can kind of raise the bar for other dramas to make more effort, but you know, can understand sometimes when you don't have the money to do the stuff you want to do. But honestly, it's actually the second best, I think it's the second best BL I've watched from Thailand, with also the best acting, best production, and best music as well. And the other one was He's Coming to Me, that I just mentioned before. Honestly, yeah, the production is really nice. If you compare it to a lot of other Thai BLs that come out, the production of this drama is really good. And I hope 2022 can bring us more of this kind of quality. And like I said, even the music in this drama is quite good. The songs they use sometimes are really nice songs, and the music they use sometimes, it just emphasizes some moments, some actions, some emotions so much. I have a few examples in mind that I might mention in a spoil part just later. But yeah, it just really immerses you very much. And yeah, anyway, it's really good. And again, it's not really something I usually like in Thai drama. I always think the OST is lacking a lot, except one or two exceptions I can think of. But otherwise, yeah, so it's very nice to have a drama that really combines everything. Overall, while also being very serious, at times the drama is really funny. I mean, with own characters, Pat being this kind of a goofy guy, I mean, he's always in for trouble. But with such things like that, maybe you could or maybe it was just me, could be slightly worried that the development of their story, going from literally like hate to love, would be a bit weird or rushed. But it's not the case at all. Honestly, I was really amazed, if I can say it like that. I was really amazed with the first episode of how they managed to do something so neat in the first episode. It felt really natural, really going very well with the story, not rush, and at the same time understandable. So yeah, the execution in the drama is really nicely done. Maybe just at one point it was a bit of, not a letdown, but let's say in the middle there's this kind of part when I was a bit less into the drama. Not that I didn't like it or was not interested, but more like there were these few episodes where it was a bit too slow maybe for me. But yeah, otherwise the execution in this drama I think is really good. It's actually really nice to see such a development so kind of well done, where you get the point of view of these two kids who've been kind of brainwashed, we can say it, by their parents to hate each other and really never approach each other, and still kind of get to know each other and realize that, hey, you're cool, yeah, well, you're cool too, you know, and kind of start this kind of friendship and a development between them behind the back of their parents. I think it was really well done, and it shows that it's not because your parents hate each other that you have to hate each other too. You know, I really liked this point of view and the whole thing they do about it in this drama. The commentary they make about it, I really liked it. Completely different, but I almost forgot to say it before going into a spoil part, is there is no, I don't know how to say it without sounding rude, but there is no annoying fanboys or fangirls of BL, or I don't know how to say it in this drama. It's like in most drama we have them, and I'm so happy we don't have one in this one. First, I think it would feel very out of the place, and second, it's really refreshing just not to have this annoying part that comes back every once in a while in a drama. So yeah, props for that. Thank you for not putting it. So first I'm going to come back on what I was talking about. For the music, for example, I have two moments still very clear in my mind, but I know it happens a few times and I think it's really amazing. So first moment, for example, is their first kiss, which was, in all honesty, very intense. I was not seeing it coming, and okay, very, very intense kiss. All right. But the music they used at this moment really played a role in the intensity of this kiss. The music really, I think, translated their emotions so well at this moment, where it was a mixture of tension and relief and, I don't know, longing, I think you could say. It was a mix of a lot of emotions going together, and the music really made you feel the emotions they were having at this moment while having this kiss. So this scene paired with this song, oh, wow, an excellent scene, not just because it's a kiss, of course. And the second scene I really remember well is the moments after they both saw their parents and both of them were against their relationship, of course, and they cry in each other's arms. And then again, the music used feels so heartbreaking. It really emphasizes their sadness and kind of their despair in the moment. They really used the music well in this drama. I can't remember the scenes well, but I know, for example, I think it's when the curtains fall. There's this music also, this kind of stressful but kind of action music going on, kind of a bit epic too, if I remember the scene correctly, or maybe it's another scene using this piece of music, but you know, it really gets you going. I really liked it, and actually talking about this curtain scene, I was not expecting it at all. I was so shocked by this scene that the thing suddenly fell when they were just talking about hiding their relationship. And now everyone knew, just like that. Oh, I needed the moment when the episode finished. I had to pause and go do something else because I just couldn't handle seeing their relationship become exposed this way. It was actually terrible to watch. I was not going to mention this curtain scene, but in the end I did, but it's okay. And last little things I want to mention. First thing is how I was so tricked by the fake breakup. Hopefully I was not the only one who didn't realize something was going on. But I was kind of starting to get mad. I was like, but there's only not even an episode left. How are you going to reconcile? And how are we going to handle the parents too in this short time? I was really scared. I thought it's going to be all rushed. They're going to destroy the ending. So I was getting mad because I was starting to feel very anxious of how they were going to do it. But then it was a freaking fake makeup. I felt so stupid, I'm not gonna lie. And I directly thought of other people and I thought, I hope I was not the only one. So hopefully I'm not, you tell me. The last thing is the ending. I was feeling so emotional. You know, when he went into his room and, you know, both parents realized that there was still a thing. Probably they had realized it before. But anyway, and then Pat goes back to his room and they start talking to each other through this thingy they used when they were kids. And then we see the kids again and the camera goes back and back and back. And I was feeling so emotional. And I was like, wow, what a beautiful ending. But no. The ending, it had to finish. Well, I guess it suited them, both of them being so crazy like that. It was a bit... I was like, what are they doing anyway? It was a bit like I was really seeing too much into their intimacy. Like, it's not for me to watch. But anyway, even though it was not the kind of emotional ending I thought it was going to be, it was still a very great ending for both of them. Seeing them being happy and play together before doing other things, sure, but you know, wow. What a drama. And actually that scene when they are playing this alcohol game, you lose, you drink, and they kind of lose on purpose. It's something we never really see in Drama Land, and I really liked it. Because usually, you know, you kind of want to have a hug or a kiss or, well, I think at least it's the case for me. Like, if you tell me if you lose, you get a kiss. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to try to win. And in dramas, they always do, but there they showed this side, and I really liked it a lot. Yeah. So I think this is the end of my spoil part, and I just want to mention again before ending that I really loved the chemistry between both actors and their characters, how they interacted and how they were really kind of an equal footing. It didn't feel like one of the characters was superior, inferior. They were really on an equal footing, and I really liked that. I don't know if both actors are friends in real life. It wouldn't surprise me if they were, but I don't know. I didn't check this out, if they are friends, actually. I think I've rarely seen, I did a few times, but I've rarely seen such a couple before, where they feel so natural and really, how do you say that? Very comfortable with each other. Amazing chemistry in this drama, amazing romance too, amazing development of their romance. Like I said, there was just this tiny moment that I found a bit too slow for me, que j'ai oublié de mentionner. I actually forgot to mention in my spoil part, so just tiny spoil part again, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to edit it back nicely. So this moment that I was a bit mitigated about is actually right after their first kiss, when all this tension kind of came back and Pran then started to avoid Pat and not answering back to him, and then there was this kind of war between the two of them of not wanting to be the loser and say I love you first. I think it took a bit too much time for me. This moment took a bit more time because it's always... the problem doesn't really come from this drama, it's just from my personal liking. It's just, I don't like games in romances. I don't like the yeah, just games. I don't like games. If you like each other, just get together. Like, there's no need to make yourself suffer like this. Anyway, so you know this whole no, I'm not going to say it, no, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be the loser. That's the part I didn't really like, but it did end in a very, very good way, with Pat coming and being like, with you, with the love of my life, I don't mind being the loser every time. So I'm going to say it, I like you. This was so good, and it actually kind of crushed all the bad feelings I had, but I still had to remove this tiny half point just because of that. So yeah, this was just the tiny thing that I didn't really like in this drama. But yeah, okay, I'm finishing this tiny spoiler part. So overall, really very good drama that I completely recommend if you haven't watched it. It's really fun, really interesting, and also talks about serious things, because I forgot to mention it earlier too, but there's also quite a commentary about nature and being responsible and doing things right for nature. And I really like that there was this commentary. I think nowadays it's really important to try and put it where you can put it, you know. So yeah, that's also a very good thing. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, 100% go ahead, you're going to enjoy it. Very good music, very good production, very, very, very good acting. I want to emphasize it. Hopefully I didn't forget to talk about something, because I think I keep forgetting everything. Even though my notes are right in front of me, I keep forgetting stuff. But yeah, don't hesitate to tell me what you thought about this drama, if it was also a drama you were waiting for a while. I feel kind of sad and empty because I finished it and I wanted to see them more together, being just so cute, and their romancy rivalry. I don't know how I could say that, but anyway, I hope you like this video, and yeah, it's hard to say bye-bye to this drama really, but yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.